Etymology and historical origin of the baby name German. Personality of the boy named German. The number 4 personality is marked by stability and discipline. This is the personality that follows the rules and is conservative by nature. They have an earthbound energy that prefers to build things methodically on top of firm foundations. They don't cut corners. 4s take their time and don't like to be hurried. But the outcome of their endeavors is likely to result in some strong and useful structure, which makes them great engineers and inventors. 4s are anything but frivolous or controversial. This is a trustworthy, straightforward personality that embodies dedication and organization. They are the backbone and anchor in their relationships, careers, and communities. They are tidy, punctual, and full of integrity. Hard work comes naturally to a 4, and they are immensely reliable. This is the personality you can always count on. Popularity of the boy named German. Quick facts on German. Gender, boy. Origin, American. Number of syllables, 1. Ranking popularity, not applicable. Pronunciation. Simple meaning. Characteristics of German. Studious, practical, solid, dependable, conservative, industrious, hardworking. Cultural references to the baby name German. Literary characters of the baby name German. Lorelei is, in German legend, the name of a young maiden who, distraught over an unfaithful lover, threw herself into the Rhine River. Immediately she was turned into a siren, and forever after, she has been luring sailors to their deaths with her enchanting and hypnotic singing. Sitting high upon the rocks, brushing her golden locks, she proves irresistible to the men who pursue her fleeting beauty, only to crash upon the rocks beneath her. The enduring myth has been the subject of poems, novels, paintings, and musical works throughout the ages. Sweetheart Roland is a German fairy tale and one which was collected by the brothers Grimm. In typical fairy tale fashion, Sweetheart Roland tells the story of a witch who has 2 daughters. The ugly one was her real daughter, and so she loved her most. The lovely one was her stepdaughter, and so she treated her poorly. The ugly daughter envied the pretty one's apron, and so the mother witch promised to get it for her. A plan was devised that the daughter would sleep in the bed that night against the wall, with the stepdaughter sleeping on the edge. The witch would go into the room in the middle of the night and cut off her stepdaughter's head with an axe. But the lovely stepdaughter overheard the plan and cleverly switched places with her stepsister in the bed. The witch unknowingly beheaded her own daughter and left the room. The pretty stepdaughter went to her sweetheart Roland and revealed what she had done, urging him to flee with her before the stepmother discovered what she had done. Roland told the girl to go back and get the witch's magic wand, and also spread 3 drops of the stepsister's blood throughout the house. When the witch called out to her daughter, the blood answered, giving the lovers some time to escape. The witch eventually found her dead daughter and, in a rage, vowed revenge. She put on her 7-league boots and managed to overtake the girl and Roland. But the girl used the magic wand to turn Roland into a lake and herself into a duck. The evil witch approached, but was unable to lure the duck toward her. Dejected, she returned home. The next day, the pursuit resumed. When the witch approached, the girl turned herself into a rose bush and Roland into a fiddler. The witch asked the fiddler if she could pluck the beautiful rose. "Of course," said Roland in disguise, "and I shall play for you." As the witch emerged herself into the rose bush to reach the flower, Roland played the fiddle faster and faster, forcing the witch into a magical dance as the thorns from the bush ripped her apart into a bloody mess until she died. Now free from the witch, the 2 lovers decide to marry. Roland left for his father's house to order the wedding while the girl used the magic wand and turned herself into a stone, waiting for Roland's return. While gone, Roland became distracted by several women who made him forget about his one true love. As the girl waited and waited, Roland never returned. Broken-hearted, she changed herself into a flower, hoping a passerby would trend on her and take her out of her misery. Along came a shepherd who saw the pretty flower and picked it to take home, not realizing it was the girl. Back in the shepherd's hut, suddenly all the housework and chores were finished before he awoke, and when he returned from his flock, supper was always prepared. The shepherd was perplexed, and so he went to a wise woman for advice. She told him to watch carefully for anything out of place and to throw a white cloth over it to break the magic spell. When he threw the cloth over the flour, a lovely maiden stood before him and revealed it was she who had done the housekeeping. The shepherd asked her to marry him, but the girl declared her heart only belonged to Roland even if he had forsaken her. She agreed to remain and keep the shepherd's house. It came to pass later that Roland's wedding day approached and every maiden in the land was required to sing at the celebration. The girl did what she could to avoid her turn, but at last she was forced to sing. When her lovely voice fell upon the ears of Roland, he instantly cried out, "I know the voice. That is my true bride, I will have no other." And so the lovely girl married her sweetheart Roland and the two lived happily ever after. The end.